Swinging a drive. Get up, bar. He's done it again. A two-run shot in the first.
Hey guys, welcome back. I don't know if you've ever heard the log driver's waltz, but we might need that here because we've got a log jam on the middle infield. Namely, second base is kind of the question mark today. It's spring training. It's great. We've gotten to see a bunch of guys, but clearly first base and shortstop are pretty solid. We kind of think that third base, we know what's going on, but second base. Third base could be affected by some stuff that we have at second base, but the big log jam is what's happening with the platoon at second base. And so we've got a few minor leaguers that are in camp right now. So we're gonna discuss like the names that are close, and then we're gonna discuss the guys that we think are like in the mix for this season to be on the bench or on the roster. So to start out, we'll say that are in camp right now. We think that Aurelvis Martinez and Eduardo Escobar, they're both kind of out of luck for this year getting onto the roster. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean Martinez, yeah, he's just not there yet, so he'll stay in the minor league system. And Escobar, I think we'll just move on from. I don't like he'll want to go try and make another major league club, but I just don't see it right now. He's not hitting, and we just don't need another defensive first infielder with all the guys that have the potential. So I think we can just kind of like eliminate those two names from the conversation.
Yeah, I think
for now.
Aurelvis Martinez has some really good power numbers in the minors, and I think that he looked a little bit uneasy in his first at bats that I've seen him in the spring. And I think like he's 22 years old, so he's developing, and I think that he'll find his confidence at the lower level this year rather than trying to shoehorn him into the majors if he's not ready, right? Yeah,
and it's not like we're trying to fill a position with him or anything either. Like he doesn't.
It's not a rush.
He doesn't have to be rushed in. So let's give the kid the time and let's see what happens with him. So
and so the remaining guys, we have David Schneider, Ernie Clement, and Santiago Espinal in the mix there, because we believe that Kevin Biggio's on this roster, right?
Yeah, Kevin Biggio's not fighting for a spot.
He's your utility guy on this roster. Yeah, I mean, Santiago Espinal is not lighting it up at spring training. You have to take spring stats with a bit of a grain of salt. It's a small sample size, so sometimes small sample size. It's
have you seen those chunks of rock salt that are like this?
It's like if you don't have a lot of at bats and you have a huge batting average, well, that usually goes down later in the year. He's definitely not making the kind of contact and generating this spring that we'd like to see. And
especially when you got like the guys knocking at the door, right? Like,
well, exactly. There's other good players that are ready to go that are as good or as productive, I guess, as him. And his defense has taken a bit of a hit with the lack of playing time. I think that he's just not been quite as sharp a defender.
Yeah, so like his best season that he's had was when he got to play the most. What was that? 21, right?
22 All-Star season.
And so he's a guy that, like many, that benefits from, getting everyday time.
Yeah.
And so I think if you like can find a really young team, like, I don't know, like the A's or something, or maybe even like the Angels, and talk to them about, hey, this guy could be your starting second baseman, or even third baseman, and they'd be really into that.
Yeah.
So, and then he could also have a chance to like really shine, which would be more fair to him as well when you break it down. So
it'd feel good for him as a player that way, for
right?
sure.
It's like when Rowdy went and got to play every day in Milwaukee, and we were all super excited. I don't know why they moved on from him, and hopefully he's doing well in Pittsburgh now. But I just think it's
I was confused by that. Yeah,
you got to be excited for guys that you like to go be able to play every day, even if it's not for us.
Yeah, exactly.
Because right now, they're not really the guy we need.
Yeah, I agree with that for sure. So we've got if Santiago is not the guy, and we think that David Schneider it sort of has the inside track because of his time with the team last year, his age. He's got three options left. He can hit. He can play an outfield position. So Schneider has a lot of things going for him that can help him find a way onto the field, but also his youth that he wouldn't be taking it as personally. Another year as a bench guy, another year not getting the opportunities. So
Yeah.
I think it like as a fit for the team, for everybody to be happy and feel satisfied with their spots. I'm going to put Schneider in the mix and say he's going to be on the bench to start the year. Um, and then the one spot, it's like it's Espinal or Clement essentially at that point. Is that right? Yeah,
Well, I
Espinal or
mean,
Clement.
right now I'm looking at the Clement stats. I mean, he's having a good spring. He's having a solid spring.
Yeah,
Like
yep.
I got a bit of pop. I think you just give him the chance right now. I think it's the best. Like his defense is there. His defense is as good or better. He can play some outfield if you really needed him to, but you don't. And I think he's got a good swing for a bench guy because it's a
Sure.
tight, compact little swing.
Yeah,
It's quick to the ball,
yeah.
so he can just go out there, be aggressive in at bats, and like get knocks. He
And
doesn't have to get like big knocks. He just has to like get out there and move a runner over, get out there
yeah,
and like hit a ball into the outfield and get a single. Like we're not looking for him to be the guy to come off the bench and hit a bomb for us.
he's not the same level of speed guy as a Cam Eden, I don't think, but I think that he can come
No,
and run the bases pretty effectively still. Like he's a pretty athletic guy still. So
I
if you're
agree.
coming off the
Yeah,
bench as a pinch runner, I think it works pretty well.
yeah.
And I think he's faster than
He would be a
Santiago
good guy to
Espinal.
come off for to run. Yeah.
Now Clement is out of options, so
So that's the thing.
if he starts on the roster, and things aren't necessarily going great, then he might be a guy we need to look at trading because you
Yeah.
put him through waivers,
He'll get picked up quick, I
he'll
think.
get picked up. Yeah.
Yeah. Which I guess it's a gamble, but is it a gamble that you're willing to take? Because how many more chances do you want to give him anyway? Obviously, like you're out of options. That means you've had a bunch of chances.
Well,
So,
you got to make way for the up and coming Arjun
right?
Namala in your if your AAA team.
Like we've already got a logjam, and then we've got even more people coming down the line. Like
Yeah,
it's I think it's kind of worth the gamble. He's a league min guy. It's not like we've got any money sunk into him or anything like that.
yeah, exactly.
So
Yeah,
he starts he starts the season with the team, and you give him a little bit. If it doesn't work out, put him on waivers. If he clears waivers, great, we keep him. If he doesn't, good for him. Somebody wants him, go play. We've got Snyder or Espinal still. Like who knows,
yep,
right? Like Espinal could just start in the minor leagues. I think this is a really tough one because he gets paid. Like Espinal's got like a major league contract, so
yep.
it'll be tough for him to lose the spot.
Right.
Um,
Pay a guy two
so
million
so
bucks to
there's
go.
that.
Yeah,
But like if you give him a little bit of a chance to go down and maybe work on some stuff and figure out his swing, and at the same time you're giving Clement the chance to prove himself, if he can, that's great. If you can't, then you, like you said, we put him on waivers and bring Espinal on.
yeah.
So I think like that's maybe, I mean, in my mind, that's the best way to go. I think that's the best chance to take, but I still think Espinal's going to start the season with the team.
Yeah, well, like, I mean, if
Politics,
Espinal
like,
starts the season with the team, all your assets are safe if you have to make a change, right? So Espinal has two
yeah,
options still, and he's only a year older
yeah.
than
So you could
Clement,
go through
right?
it again. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So like if they're basically the same age, it's just that Espinal when he came up to the team, there was openings and there was a need,
Hmm.
and so he found his way onto the major league roster faster. But they're almost the same age, and Clement actually has a little bit more versatility, I think, as a defender, which is crazy to think because Santiago's very versatile. So
Yeah, and I mean
but then
that's
you
the
don't
thing.
risk,
Like,
then you don't force yourself into having to put a guy through waivers or trade him. All you have to do is call up Clement, and
yeah,
you've managed your assets to keep what you have.
there's a
It's
lot.
just,
There's a
you
lot
know,
to figure out for
like
starting lineup.
who's gonna be in that final spot. I think Espinal is going to end up starting on the team, and Clement's going to start in AAA just because of the option situation. Even
Yeah,
though
that does make most sense
unless
that
there's a
way.
trade, right? Unless
Unless
there's a
there's a
trade
trade.
for somebody.
Yeah,
Yeah, for a pitcher.
or a pitcher.
Okay, we'll discuss it again soon. I just keep teasing this pitcher discussion, but we'll get there. Anyway, maybe another video soon. Okay, so we've established we have no answers here on Swing and a Drive, and I
This
hope
is a
you have
tough
some.
one. This is a tough
Yeah.
one to answer. Like, there's so many possible outcomes here.
Oh yeah, yeah,
So
exactly.
it's tough. We're all assuming Votto makes the team. I don't know if he'll be with them right away, so there'll be other weird things happening too
Yeah, yeah. Who knows? Maybe
because
it's
of
just
that,
to
right?
get a bunch of
So,
pictures with him in a Blue Jays uniform before they cut him unceremoniously, and
right?
then have that feel good for just a little bit. But
Yeah,
if that's all it is a
yeah.
distraction,
Who
we'll see.
knows?
Yeah,
Who knows?
yeah. Anyway, I guess we'll
We'll
see in a
find out
few
next.
weeks. Yep,
Find out later. Yeah.
yep, yep, for sure. Okay. Well, if you guys took anything from this video, please consider giving us a like and subscribe to our channel. We really appreciate any help that you do give us, and we look forward to seeing you in our next chat. Okay, thanks, guys. Peace.
Thanks for watching.